Ewa ngari yogene, ewa igode nyare. Ewa nari yogene, ewa igode nyare. Ewa nari yogene, ewa igode nyare. Da yodi red, da ngadi. I don't know. Happy Saturday. So I wanted to show you guys this once again about mapping our area. So Lotukei Yengadi, okay. Murane the Yengadi will be, and then the rest of the Biringa Hills, okay. The rest of the Biringa Hills, Lodge Kido Yengadi go, okay. Kanangoro area Yengadi go, all right. So this is just going to be an example of how we can map and demarcate our area, okay? Right now I am zooming into Perth. This map is based on Google Maps, and I will zoom to right here. That gdeni iyoru yahudi etakan toy daga red, you know, etakan toy daga red, mele cheri ngati, londarangati dalag, bedi cheri, okay? Etakan toy da. So, gola diga ina how we can demarcate lo china gabona in kind of like it's like a grid-like system, okay? Marina grid-like system. You can let's say for example, map lines. I don't imagine the lines check the map on this map. These are just regular global grid maps within grid. Okay. So if we were to demarcate Lochina, correct? We want something kind of like this. Okay. Magi ni zoom in kind of okay. Ala yung ngani yeni ente gidin ngadi. Are go the goal ngadi go di. Ala yung gidin ngani. Are go the goal, you know, like a grid system. Let me show you what that. Okay. Let me show you how in the night demarcate a at least this will give you guys an example of how demarcation or how within how we should be able to like take it demarcate Lochina, yeah. So it's just an example of like of our area. Kapoda, I think Kapoda is like maybe right around this area here. Let me see if I can find Kapoda. Zooming in. Should be somewhere here. Let's see. Zoom in. Yep. Here is Kapoda. All right. The way you demarcate logo de Kapoda. Look at this. So it's about the but on the side as a ngadi megantini dalong, a hente vegeda and negative good look, okay? There's a grid system. On this side as well, you can see either the demarcate. So it's already demarcated. I think dinning, I think total village, but I think go look at this way. Not to go lower up the can I get a good map to show you? But looks like it's kind of weird maybe. But you get my point, okay? So Golchengadi. You get the point of the whole point of how we can demarcate, okay? If we go back to our own area, the first thing that we need to do is identify existing structures. Okay, existing structures meaning both permanent buildings. Okay, both permanent buildings like this building here, this building here. It will take a lot to break it down because it's built from within. From stones or from bricks, okay? But all of these other those can be broken down, right? Those can be broken down eventually and turned into concrete buildings, right? So we have that opportunity since now we are beginning to start building like permanent structures. It will be ideal for us to start grading system within Lotukei. Like for example, let's say this side, okay? Let's say we want to start a small town ngati, right? We want to start a small town gridding, putting in the grid system ngati. We can do that easily, and then have people who look at the hot in the new system kind of okay. Better than ngati, a permanent structure. Better ngati. But all of these things are Argentina and you but if you are ready to build that or you need book, if you are ready to build or you name it, we need to be able to like come up with layout to cover our whole area in a grid system. Okay, so like I mentioned before, I have identified all the current buildings like this, right? Here are all the current buildings in Nyakobatigo. So what I was saying that we can have somebody go there, now identify all the building, Coco, all of that, right? And then negative get a name, okay? Now identify goal, okay, like the main goal, okay? At the goal in between. And then between these buildings, or between buildings, the book, I get the goal, around, all right? So it will be very simple to start. So where do we start? The question is, where do we start? We start by identifying permanent structures first. Okay, we first identify permanent structures, and then we decide how do we want to grid our Lotukei. The best and easy way would be to just grid it like the way on this map. Just simply to run the lines, like north, south, east, west, okay? That will be the simplest way to grid our system within Lotukei, okay? That will be easy. So this is what I'm saying, like let's say you grid coding, like this area here. Let's say this is where we want to start doing some work. Okay, we grid the system. And the grid system is going to be based on amount of space being allocated. I also done 30 by 30 is a building, okay, 30 by 30 building. So we can grid the system, zoom in, we can grid this again and cut it, okay? And cut that there as well, cut it again. So this could be 30 by 30, 30 by 30, 30 by 30, 30 by 30. And then next to this, Kare Road. Okay? The same thing. Over here, keep going, Kare Road. Alright? So that is where I would start. And identifying a permanent city town, we need to identify that. Let's say, for example, where do we want to put like Lotukei City, in a sense? So we can relocate Lotukei City like either like somewhere where the open space ngati. I know Ate you do all of the place. So the idea is to first identify Manatiga do Velek, and then to get like somewhere else, okay? By doing that, we come up with a map too universal, anybody can have access to it. And then, based on that, we can then put in like permanent roads, right? Okay? So this is what I was trying to talk to you guys earlier about. So it's fairly very simple to like demarcate within the place. Identify first permanent structures to get it built already, and then we can then discuss later once get identify to identify the okay, then can we get the map very good, from a bigger point of view. Where would we want to build city Lotukei? Negative that or expand someday. Okay? Then we just grid this whole system after it identify. The same thing, Dortaje Pio Bokoinga, Dortaje Igedeni. Let me show you a bit. Yep. So all of these we can identify them negare lokore. You know, so we can identify all of this and say, you know, just put it like this. Next to that, you know, lokori yeni, right? So, like, let's say, whose farm is this? You know, it could be farm chi, whatever. Whatever. May farm chi whatever. Okay. But the given needs to be. Okay, farm chilata yeni, farm chigadi yeni, farm chingana, farm chingana. He can identify with it, and then anybody else can have access to the records. Loregi yengadi, the kula loregi yengadi, doma loregi yengadi, you know, the bitch yengadi and all that stuff. Singana manayana. So I can do all of this. All I will need is to buy a GPS system, like a GPS handheld device, okay? And then I will need a laptop. And then whoever is going to go and use this and identify you'll be able to have that GPS system, any coordinates, X, Y, Z, right? Longitude, latitude, and then the height of that location, I identify it, right? And then after that, in enter that data here. And then that is how we are going to solve this within Lotukei demarcation. We can identify a city already. If any of you already have ideas of where we can put the city, grow Lotukei Koruma, you are welcome to tell me where it is, where you want to put it, right? And then I will go ahead and create a layout for the town for the future. You know, I can just grid it and create it, and then we go ahead and and identify it, get a mark it nicely with GPS. Here it is. So that's it. Lotukei. What you already know you. So Harek City Lotukei Korumangana Yengadi. Nati. Godi. Pioboko Yengadi Gari. So where do you guys want to see Harek City Lotukei Koruma? So that's it.